Hello everyone. Today we will have a session on inference based questions. This type of questions can be asked in all upcoming banking as well as insurance exams. Before we start, I would request all of you to subscribe to our channel if you have not yet subscribed. We will be bringing more free videos very soon. So, let's start. So, let us first have a look at the directions. In each of the questions given below, a passage has been given which are either situational based or describes a scenario. Below each passage, a question has been given which is framed to make you infer something out of it. Mark out the correct inference as your answer. So यहाँ पे हर एक क्वेश्चन में हमको एक पैसेज दिया है. फाइन. हमको पैसेज रीड आउट करना है और उसके बाद पैसेज से क्या पता चलता है वो इन्फरेंस हमको मार्क करना है. It can be a decision or it can be a tone. Okay. Like they can ask you according to the passage what can you infer about the tone of the author, like that anything can be asked. Okay, so let's have a look at the first question. Priya needs to shift to the new area because of the commutation issues. She wants an apartment near to her office, but she's in trouble. The accommodation she is looking for is not up to the mark. She needs to shift in a studio apartment because of her privacy concerns. But at the same time, she doesn't want to spend that much amount which is needed to get her requirements fulfilled. She is thus taking a lot of time in getting settled to a new place. So, after going through the passage, what can we infer? It is clearly given what can be inferred from this scenario of her decision making. See, from the beginning, we get to see that due to commutation issues, she wants to shift to a new area. Alright. She wants an apartment near to her office. Fine. But she is in trouble. The accommodation she is looking for is not up to the mark. मतलब वो अच्छा नहीं है. Fine. जो accommodation वो ढूंढ रही है. Okay. She needs to shift in a studio apartment because of her privacy concerns. Privacy के लिए वो एक स्टूडियो अपार्टमेंट में जाना चाहती है. Alright. But at the same time she doesn't want to spend that much amount. ऊपर से she doesn't want to spend much amount. Okay. ज़्यादा spend नहीं करना चाहती. Right. Although her requirements are much, but she doesn't want to spend a lot of money. Alright. So what can we easily infer from the passage? We can say that, see, let us first uh, try to understand the meaning of the words. Right. जो ऑप्शन में हमको वर्ड्स दिया है उसका मीनिंग एक बार एट अ ग्लांस देख लेते हैं. फाइन. सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ परप्लेक्स्ड? The word perplexed means confused or puzzled. Fine. And what is the meaning of sagacious? Just a second. Perplexed means confused. Fine. And sagacious, it means, it is an adjective, of course. It means having or showing keen mental discernment and good judgment. मतलब wise कह सकते हैं. Fine. Someone who is wise. Alright. Now, miser. What is the meaning of miser? Miser is a noun. It refers to a person who hoards wealth and spends as little money as possible. Fine. इसको हम miser कहते हैं. जो पैसा खर्च करना ही नहीं चाहता. Right. And cheater, we all know the meaning of cheater. Someone who defrauds or cheats others. Fine. Cheater कहते हैं हम. और lenient. Lenient का मतलब क्या है? Lenient एक adjective है. Lenient is an adjective and it means merciful. Fine. Not strict. Fine. Just opposite of strict. We call lenient. So, is Priya lenient? No. Nothing is mentioned in the passage, right? Nowhere it is mentioned that she is not strict. So, ये हम opt out कर देते हैं. Cheater. कहाँ पे ये बताया गया है कि वो cheater है? Did she cheat anyone? Nowhere it is mentioned in the passage. And one thing you must know that in inference based questions we cannot assume anything, right? Whatever is given in the passage we will have to depend on it. Fine. We cannot assume anything. out of our mind, right? Now, miser, see, it is mentioned here that she doesn't want to spend that much amount which is needed to get her requirements fulfilled. She is just taking a lot of time in getting settled. Fine, बस इसी को देखकर हम miser नहीं कह सकते, right? We cannot say that she is a miser. Yes, she may be quite economical, but she cannot be a miser, right? It seems too vague. Okay, we cannot jump to conclusions like that she is a miser. Not much evidence is there that she is a miser. Fine. So we are opting this out. Now sagacious. So it seems that she's just the opposite. Maybe or may not be, but if she had been so wise, then she would not have been confused, right? She is getting confused. What to do, what not to do, right? She wants such requirements fulfilled, but she doesn't want to spend much money. So she is not sagacious, but she's perplexed. Yes, she's confused. Fine, because see, Priya is facing commutation issues, right? She should shift to a nearer place, which will be which will obviously be higher in rent. Fine, she may have to pay a higher rent, right? Than than she had been previously paying. And but the thing is that she's thinking a lot about the migration, right? She's getting confused over and over again, thinking a lot, overthinking, and she's unable to take proper decisions because of financial issues, right? She may be facing financial issues, right? And that is why she is proving to be a perplexed or confused person. Got it? Hope you have understood this one. Now let's move to question number 2. Yadav is the managing director of a Hindus Corps Private Limited, Hindus Corporations Private Limited. This is the third year of his tenure, and he has gained a lot of expertise, but the company is forcing him to change his department, in which he would be having a complete new experience of the IT along with a decent increment in his salary. He is now ready to switch to the other department because of the increment. Which quality do you see in Yadav? So here it says Yadav Indus Corporations Private Limited का MD है, Managing Director. And third year of his tenure, he is running third year, right? Tenure का third year चल रहा है उसका. And he has gained a lot of expertise. Means he's a very experienced person. Got it? Now see what it is being said. The company is forcing him to change his department, in which he would be having a complete new experience of the IT, along with a decent increment. Fine, company चाहता है कि वो डिपार्टमेंट चेंज कर दे, अपना डिपार्टमेंट ही चेंज कर दे, और उसके साथ यू विल हैव कंप्लीट न्यू एक्सपीरियंस, एक अलग ही एक्सपीरियंस होगा आईटी का, उसके साथ 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 उसका डिसेंट इंक्रीमेंट भी होगा सैलरी में. Fine. Suppose he is now getting 40,000. He will be getting 50,000 after his department gets changed. Right. So there will be a decent increment in that is increasing his salary. So Yadav is now ready to switch the department because of the increment. He is more focused on the increment of his salary. Right. He's thinking that I'll get an increment in my salary. So why not change the department? Okay. Now let us have a look at the meaning of the words given in the options. Now I'm going from bottom to top. Okay. Let's start from the last one. So what is the meaning of candor? The word candor is an adjective. It refers to the quality of being open and honest. Right. Suppose someone is very frank. Right. Very frank with you. Then the word candor fits. Got it? Someone who is being very open and honest. So, any sort of trait of Yadav being mentioned here? No such trait of Yadav is mentioned here that he is frank. So, this one is opted out. Workaholic. So, what is the meaning of workaholic? It is, of course, um, what do we say? It is an, just a second. It is an informal term. Fine. It is informal. Right, workaholic. So suppose I am calling someone a workaholic person, means the person is compulsively engaged in work, right, and excessively works hard for long hours. Suppose he's just sleeping for 1 or 2 hours in a day of 24 hours, and he's going on working and working, right? That is what we call workaholic. So nothing such is mentioned in the passage, right? We cannot assume that Yadav is workaholic, right? We can only infer from what we have been given in the passage, right? We can just check the facts and infer. Now, what is the meaning of enthusiastic? You must be knowing the meaning of enthusiastic. It is an adjective, okay, and it means having or showing intense, eager enjoyment, interest, or approval. And you can also note down the synonyms. Fine. You can note down the synonyms of enthusiastic. Fine. The synonyms of enthusiastic include eager, ardent, passionate, and vivacious. Right? Vivacious. Vivacious means enthusiastic. Right? So nowhere it is mentioned in the passage. We are opting it out. Right? We cannot assume that Yadav is being enthusiastic. No, he is primarily focusing on his increment. Okay. Now, so what is the meaning of economical? Just now in the previous question, I had mentioned that Priya might be, uh, Priya is being economical, right? She may be facing financial issues, right? So, what is the meaning of economical? An economical person. Economical is an adjective, right? It refers to a person who is careful and not to waste money or resources. Got it? So someone who does not just go on wasting money, right? All right, that is what we call economical. Someone who plans and utilizes his resources. Got it? So it is also being opted out because nowhere it is mentioned that Yadav is being economical. Now, okay, so we can say Yadav is money minded. Yes, we are only left with option A. No other place to go. Still, let us have a look at the meaning of money minded. What is the meaning of money minded? Money minded means someone who is always interested in money, right? And always interested in getting money or saving it, right? And here, see, uh, the others ready to switch to the other department because of the increment. He is mainly focused on the increment in his salary, right? Money minded, we can say money minded because Yadav is ready to switch the department and leave the expertise. He had a great expertise, right, in his present department, but he is ready to relinquish, ready to leave his expertise and experience, which he has gained in the past 3 years. So we can say he is being money minded. यादव अपने 3 साल का जो एक्सपर्टाइज एक्सपीरियंस था वो सब कुछ छोड़ने के लिए तैयार है क्योंकि उसको इंक्रीमेंट मिल रहा है. Have you understood? So he is being money minded, right? Okay, now the next one. Miss Datta had a bakery from which a customer had been buying stale loaves. She thought him to be a poverty stricken, struggling artist and wanted to help him out. One day, when he came for his stale loaf, he secretly cut the crust and put in some butter. This man had been working on a plan for a new theatre in the city and had finally inked the drawing. He would use breadcrumbs to erase the pencil marks. Miss Datta ruined his plans and his chances by cutting the breadcrumbs. Which quality can depict the behavior of Miss Datta? Now, let us have a look what Miss Datta tries to do or is doing. So, Miss Datta had a bakery, right? Where from where we can get bread, fine, bread, cakes, right? Bakery. Now, she has been watching that a customer, she had been observing that a customer had been buying stale loaves. And stale means something which has been unused for a great number of days, right? Rather, we can say stale means something which is not fresh, right? And it is no longer fit to be eaten, no more edible. Got it? That is the meaning of stale. Just the opposite of fresh. And loaves of bread, we know, right? Pieces of bread. So he had been buying stale loaves. He thought that he might be a poverty-stricken, struggling artist. मिस दत्ता ने सोचा कि वो पॉवर्टी स्ट्रिकन है, मतलब बहुत गरीब है। सो इसलिए वो स्टेल जो लोव्स ऑफ ब्रेड है वो खरीद रहा था, राइट, एंड वांटेड टू हेल्प हिम आउट। मिस दत्ता ने सोचा कि क्यों नहीं उसको थोड़ा हेल्प करते हैं। तो एक दिन मिस दत्ता ने क्या किया, शी कट द क्रस्ट, जो ऊपर ब्रेड का क्रस्ट होता है ना, शी कट इट, एंड उसमें मिस दत्ता ने थोड़ा बटर दे दिया, राइट, शी एडेड बटर, but this man, the particular customer, this customer is being referred to as the man. This man had been working on a plan for a new theater in the city. So एक नया थिएटर बनाने के लिए ये थोड़ा प्लान बना रहा था, okay, and finally he had inked the drawing. ड्राइंग भी कर लिया था इसने, एंड ब्रेड क्रम्स जो था, वो जो क्रस्ट था, वो ब्रेड क्रम्स लेके वो इरेजर का काम कर रहा था, फाइन, he had been using it as an eraser to erase the pencil marks, but Miss Datta's action, like she had added butter to it, right, she had added butter within the bread, so it ruined his plans and his chances by cutting the breadcrumbs. मतलब बटर अगर उसमें लग गया तो वो पूरा ड्राइंग ही खराब हो जाएगा ना, इसलिए। ओके, सो व्हिच क्वालिटी कैन डिपिक्ट द बिहेवियर ऑफ मिस दत्ता? नाउ लेट अस हैव अ लुक एट द ऑप्शंस. What has been given in the options now? So what is the meaning of meticulous? Meticulous, it means it is an adjective. Okay, the word meticulous is an adjective. Meticulous means showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. Okay, see, यहाँ पे जो भी बताया गया है फर्स्ट लाइन में, it is just a small picture, means you can say that she had been meticulous, she had been observing the customer. No, बहुत ज्यादा ही फैक्ट इसमें बताया गया है. We cannot just jump to conclusion by just going through the first line, right? So we cannot say that she had been meticulous. So this one is eliminated. Now weird. Weird का मतलब क्या है? Something that is quite unnatural, right? Unnatural or strange. So was Miss Datta unnatural or strange? No, it is nowhere mentioned in the given passage, right? Now, what is the meaning of demonic? Demonic means something that is related to or having the characteristics of evil spirits or demons, or we can say diabolical. Got it? Diabolical means related to the demon or hell, right? Or you can say someone who is wicked. Got it? So, Miss Datta is not wicked, right? Uh, this can be easily eliminated. Now, angelic. What is the meaning of angelic? See, angelic is just the opposite. The word is just the opposite. That is antonym of demonic. Fine. Angelic is the antonym of demonic. Just the opposite. Antonym. Right. Angelic means exceptionally beautiful, innocent, or kind. Just like an angel. Right. Angels are kind, right? So option D is also opted out. Because yes, she had been kind, but it is a far synonym of angelic, right? Angelic actually means beautiful, innocent, right? Just like an angel. It is just the opposite of demonic. This can be, see, this can be a close option. Okay, now we are left with generous. Yes, generous will be my correct option. But angelic can be a close option, and people may get confused, right? And what is the meaning of generous? Generous means showing a readiness to give something. I mean, more of something, especially money or resources, right? You are being generous means you are helping someone with money or resources, right? And of course, Miss Datta had removed the breadcrumbs and applied butter for the sake of the struggling and poverty-stricken artist. And of course, she had made it up in her own mind that the artist was a poverty-stricken person, right? That is why she was being generous. Okay, she was being generous, helpful, kind. We can say she was being generous, and that is why she had added butter. Got it? So my correct answer will be generous. समझ में आया? Okay, चलिए next one देखते हैं. An employee named Akshay in a government ministry wants to impress his girlfriend with his diplomatic status. So he removes some top secret documents from the office safely. That night, the ministry is raided by spies, and the authorities, assuming that the young man somehow knew about the raid, had removed the documents to safeguard them. He is ultimately congratulated. So, what can be said? Now, what can be said about Akshay? What was his nature? See, he was a government employee, government ministry, right? That means he was a government employee of the government, right? A public servant. Now, his aim was to impress his girlfriend, right, with his diplomatic status. So, what did he do? He removed some top secret documents from the office safe. Can this be an ethical activity? He is removing top secret documents from the from the office. So that is actually a crime, right? You're doing an illegal activity, right? Without anyone's notice, right? He's removing the top secret documents it can be documents related to, safety of the state, safety of the country, something related to, terrorism, something high profile documents, right? Some high profile documents could have been there. Now he has removed those top secret documents just to impress his girlfriend. So is he an ethical person? No, we cannot say that he is an ethical person. In simple terms, in lucid terms, suppose a layman tries to understand the passage, I can say he is a bad person. Right? In a layman's term, he is a bad person. Akshay. Now, what happens that very night? उसी रात क्या होता है? The ministry is raided by spies. Suppose रॉ का ऑफिस में रेड हो जाता है. कौन रेड करता है? जो पाकिस्तान का जो स्पाई एजेंसी है, आईएसआई, उसी का कोई एजेंट और ग्रुप ऑफ एजेंट्स रेड करता है. फाइन, बट दे डोंट फाइंड एनीथिंग. दे डोंट फाइंड द डॉक्यूमेंट्स. क्यों? क्योंकि अक्षय, द अनएथिकल पर्सन, rather we can say the bad man, in simple terms, right? uh, Akshay had removed those documents just to impress his girlfriend. His sole aim was to impress his girlfriend. Got it? Now the the government authorities thought that Akshay, the young man, somehow knew about this raid, and in order to safeguard them, he had hidden those top secret documents. So ultimately, what happens? He is being congratulated. Maybe the government has awarded him. So what can be inferred from the passage? Now let's check the options. People should take random steps like this so as to be famous. No, we cannot say, it is somewhat extreme. We cannot go with the extreme options, right? Something which mentions only, right? Something which mentions it is extremely necessary, mandatory. Rather, we should avoid such options. So we cannot say that people should take random steps like this so as to become famous. It is quite childish, quite irrelevant. This one is being opted out. Got it? Now, an expression of cleverness can sometimes be an outcome of someone's failure. No, it is just out of the context, quite irrelevant. Have you understood? कहीं पे भी ऐसा कुछ मेंशन नहीं किया है. An outcome of someone's failure leads to an expression of cleverness. Right? Nothing as such is mentioned. So this one is also being opted out. Now, before I come to C, let's check the other options. Cruel people are more likely to escape from the dangers. भाई ये कहाँ पे बताया गया है पैसेज में? कहीं पे भी मेंशन किया है that cruel people are more likely to escape the dangers? No, we cannot assume it, right? Suppose such a thing had happened in our lifetime, right, where we have experienced that cruel people are more likely to escape the dangers, but we cannot assume and we cannot just make out from our head, right, make out from our mind that yes, it has happened with us, it had happened in the past, so it must be true. No, 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 we need to go with the given passage. We cannot just make up an answer. We cannot just assume, or we cannot just what to say. We cannot just judge by what had happened to us. We cannot just pick an option by our past experiences, right? So this one is being opted out. Now, absurdity resides inside every human, but it totally depends on the spectators how they judge that absurd person. No. This one is quite again, I mean, what to say, out of the context, right? And what is absurdity? What is, do you know the meaning of absurdity? Yes, the word absurdity means the quality or state of being ridiculous or being very unreasonable. No, no such thing is being mentioned here. Okay, this one is being opted out. So we are only left with C. We are left with C. So what does the option C says? C say, uh, good things happen to the bad. See, I've already mentioned. I just mentioned moments back that in lucid terms, right? A layman can easily understand that Akshay is a bad person, is an unethical person, right? Because he's trying to remove top secret documents just to impress his girlfriend. No, it is almost a crime, right? An illegal activity. So option C is my right answer because he's ultimately being congratulated for his wrong action. वो काम गलत करता है पर उसके लिए एक कुछ अच्छा चीज हो जाता है, इसलिए उसको मतलब ये तो बाय मिस्टेक हुआ ना, राइट? His intention was just to impress his girlfriend, and somehow the spies raided the ministry that night, and the authorities thought that he is such a talented young man. He has safeguarded our documents. But no, he's just the opposite. He's an unethical person. So have you understood? Good things happening to bad people. He's being congratulated. Maybe उसको award भी दिया गया होगा, right? But he's an unethical person. So good things happen to the bad people. This one is the correct one. Correct answer. Okay. Now the next one. In the famous story, The Gift of the Magi, by the master of irony, O. Henry, a poor couple wishes to give each other Christmas gifts. The loving wife cuts off her long hair to buy her husband a chain for his watch. The husband sells his watch to buy her tortoise shell combs for her. O. Henry is a renowned writer, right? You all know. O. Henry का एक masterpiece है. What is the name of his masterpiece? The Gift of the Magi. Fine. It is a very famous story. Most people have heard of it. The Gift of the Magi. इसमें क्या होता है? एक poor couple है, husband and wife. Got it? They want to give each other Christmas gifts. Christmas पे वो एक दोनों को गिफ्ट देना चाहते हैं. तो वाइफ ने क्या किया? She cut off her long hair. Maybe the wife was having a beautiful long hair, right? So what did she do? She sacrificed her hair, right? She sacrificed her hair just to gift her husband a chain for his watch. हस्बैंड का एक घड़ी था, उसके लिए चेन जो चाहिए होगा, वो चेन खरीदने के लिए अपना लॉन्ग हेयर उसने कुर्बान कर दी. फाइन. एंड व्हाट डिड द हस्बैंड डू? द हस्बैंड सेल्स हिज वॉच। हस्बैंड ने क्या किया? हस्बैंड ने वो जो घड़ी था, घड़ी ही बेच दिया, क्योंकि उसको क्या खरीदना था? बीवी के लिए, वाइफ के लिए टॉर्टोइज शेल कोम्स। कोम्स मीन्स by which we comb our hair, right? But the wife had already cut her long hair, and the husband was sacrificing his watch just to buy her tortoise shell combs. Got it? Now, what kind of trait both husband and wife had for each other? मतलब हस्बैंड और वाइफ का कौन सा ट्रेट हमको दिखता है पैसेज में? फाइन, लेट्स सी द ऑप्शंस नाउ. Option A says anticipating. Anticipating, see, what is the meaning of anticipating? Anticipating is the gerund or present participle form of anticipate. Got it? And it actually means to expect or predict. So, is the wife predicting anything here? No. Is the husband predicting anything? No. So, this one can be easily eliminated. Now, expiatory. I'll be coming back to this one later. Now, what is the meaning of abhorring? Abhorring means regard with disgust or hatred. बट यहाँ पे तो मतलब जैसा ऑथर ने बताया है, यहाँ पे तो इजीली हम समझ सकते हैं कि वो दोनों एक दूसरे को बहुत अच्छे से, मतलब बहुत, क्या कहें, दे यूज्ड टू लव ईच अदर, राइट? एक दूसरे को बहुत चाहते थे. ओके, सो वी कैन नॉट से abhorring, right? Abhorring relates to hatred, so this one is being eliminated. Now, nostalgic. What is the meaning of nostalgic? This is a very common word. You must have come across this word many times, a million times. Nostalgic is an adjective, right? It means feeling, evoking, or characterized by nostalgia. So, nostalgia kya hai? Nostalgia is a sentimental longing or wistful affection for a period in the past, right? Now, anything of that sort is mentioned here? Anything regarding, I mean, relating to nostalgia? No, nothing related to past event, or the nostalgia relating to past event is mentioned here. So this one is eliminated. Now, indignant. What is the meaning of indignant? See, the meaning of see, the word indignant is an adjective, and the meaning of indignant is feeling or showing anger or annoyance. Right? Okay. So no such thing is mentioned here that they are being indignant, right? So it is eliminated. Now, what is the meaning of expiatory? If you don't know the meaning of expiatory, do write it down in your copy. Okay. Expiatory means sacrificial. In the passage, both the partners sacrificed for each other, which is very much soothing for each other, right? I already mentioned the wife sacrificed her hair for her husband, and the husband sacrificed his watch, right, for his wife. Okay, so that is what we call sacrificial, expiatory. Therefore, my answer will be expiatory. Have you understood? Now, let us have a look at the next question. See, this is a bit different type of question. This is also inference based. In each of the given questions, an inference is given in bold, okay, which is then followed by three paragraphs. You have to find the paragraphs from where it is inferred. Choose the option which is with the best possible outcome as your choice. Fine. यहाँ पे inference bold में दिया है, तो इसको समझकर आपको मतलब डिसाइड करना होगा कौन सा पैराग्राफ का inference ये है. Understood? Now, inference says yellow journalism. So, what is the exact meaning of yellow journalism? Let's first try to understand the meaning. See, yellow journalism and yellow press are basically American terms for journalism. Got it? And such journalism present little or no legitimate or well-researched news. Fine. Rather, what they do, they just pick up the eye-catching headlines for increased sales, such that their sales and TRP will increase, right? And such techniques may include exaggeration of news events, right? Some event has occurred, like somewhere there has been riots. Now the what will the journalists do? They will just exaggerate, right? They will say riots have occurred and thousands of people have been killed, and the government is just blind. They are not having a look into the matter, right? They'll just exaggerate things just to add spice to it. That is what we call yellow journalism. And also that may include scandal mongering, right? Like there has been some scandals, they will just focus on it and add spice to it, right? to to feed the minds of the people, right? And they may also include some sensitive topics, right? And such sensitive topics, when I mean what to say, when channelized through yolo journalism, lead to riots in the country. Got it? So yolo journalism is very bad for a nation, right? It actually misleads the masses, the common people. Okay, now, one, what does it say? The newspapers carry articles based on the claims of unnamed sources that are given an opportunity to express baseless allegations. Journalists seem to increasingly display motives that have nothing to do with social conscience and disclosure of injustice. They are not aimed at uncovering the truth. They no longer carry the voice of the voiceless. Yeah, just what I said. They no longer carry the voice of the voiceless. Means they are not into journalism. They are not actually focusing on the main issues, right? They are not aimed at uncovering the truth. Fine. They are just depending on false allegations, baseless allegations, right? From unnamed sources. Got it? So that is yellow journalism, just as I mentioned. So this one is correct. Got it? Now, the next one. What does it say? The goal of journalism today is profit and record sales. It's the new face of yellow journalism. Yes. News that is tainted and smacks of unprofessionalism, just as I mentioned moments back. News that feeds off the lives of celebrities. Like there has been some scandals related to celebrities, and they'll be just adding spice to it, and they'll feed the minds of the people. Okay, and from that they will get high TRPs, and they will expect more sales, more income, right? They will just what to say, they will just try to exploit the minds of the people, fine, just playing with the minds of the people and the emotions of the people. A good example of yellow journalism is that associated with the death of Princess Diana. To what level does one stoop? Means, to what level does one go down? Has the need for sensationalism so superseded the need for truth that journalists are ready to drive the truth in the ground? Where does yellow journalism draw the line? Yes, it mentions everything about yellow journalism. Fine, सब कुछ इसमें बताया गया है, कैसे होते हैं, फाइन, इसका नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट सब कुछ बताया गया है. So this one is also correct. Now the last one, the absence of truth and propriety in newspapers today. The poverty of serious interest in reporting news as is without sensationalizing it is what makes one believe that yellow journalism has not yet been done with. It's still yellow, only a different shade perhaps. Yes. This one is also trying to uh, focus on yellow journalism, and sarcastically the author here seems to criticize, fine, yellow journalism. So this one is also correct. So the correct answer to this question will be all are correct. Have you understood? Now the next one, inference. What does it say? Small is big. This is a very short phrase, I can say. Three words, but these three words can have a hidden meaning. So you need to read between the lines and understand the hidden meaning during the exam, right? Such type of inference is often asked in mains exams. Got it? Small is big. What is the meaning of small is big? See, when we say small is big, we actually mean that small things can make big, rather enormous contributions. Fine. Now, let us have a look at the options. Small enterprises and businesses not only play crucial role, just as I said, they can play crucial role, fine, in providing large employment opportunities at comparatively lower capital cost than large industries, but also help in industrialization of rural and backward areas, thereby reducing regional imbalances. Yes, it is correct. Assuring more equitable distribution of national income and wealth. MSMEs are complementary to large industries as ancillary units, and this sector contributes enormously to the socio-economic development of the country. See, do you know the meaning of ancillary? Ancillary units here. See, ancillary here is an adjective. It means providing necessary support, fine, to the primary activities of an organization. So MSMEs are providing primary support. And small enterprises, businesses are providing primary support and employment opportunities. They are also helping in industrialization of rural as well as backward areas. So they are uh, doing a great job, right? They are contributing a lot to the economy of the nation. They are reducing the regional imbalances. And what they are doing, they are ensuring equitable distribution of national income and wealth. This one is very important, right? So I can easily infer from here that small is actually big. Got it? Now the next one. Recently, government approved Stand Up India scheme to promote entrepreneurship among SC/ST and women entrepreneurs. The scheme is intended to facilitate at least two such projects per bank branch, on an average, one for each category of entrepreneur. It is expected to benefit at least 2.5 lakh borrowers in time limit of 36 months from the launch of the scheme. No. यहाँ पे क्या बताया गया है? स्टैंड अप इंडिया जो स्कीम है सरकार का, उसी के बारे में पूरा डिटेल्स बताया गया है. We cannot assume that this is related to small enterprises, or it is just, I mean, it is contributing a lot. We cannot just assume. So this one is getting opted out or eliminated, right? Now the next one. It is estimated that more than 90% MSMEs does not have access to institutional finance and dependent on local finance, such as relatives or money lenders, where interest cost is generally on higher side. However, government has started lots of schemes to provide institutional finance to MSMEs, but corruption and long procedures make it difficult for them to avail the benefits of the schemes. Got it? Now, here, see, what can you say? Here, just the opposite meaning can be conveyed. That it is a negative sentence. I mean, in a negative paragraph, right? Government have started lots of schemes to provide. All right, but here see, it is mentioned 90% MSMEs does not have access to institutional finance. This is just going against the central theme or the main idea of what is mentioned in A. This is just going against it, right? Just against it. So we cannot say small is big. There is no such mention that small enterprises or businesses are playing a crucial role, or small industries are playing a crucial role and contributing a lot. Right? There is no such mention. Rather, it is just doing the opposite. It can be a criticism, right? Or it can be a negative sentence against against the given fact. Have you understood? So here, option B, that is only A, becomes my answer. Understood? Now, this is the last question of the session. So let us have a look. Inference says data is the new oil. See, what can we infer from the words data is the new oil? See, data is the new oil. See, data nowadays, just like oil, is very precious, right? And can be used for a lot of purposes. The purposes can be good or bad, right? And the given paragraph we'll see what is given in the three given paragraphs. Okay, and what we can say also that the thing is that data is the new wealth. See, I mean, most of you might have heard that data theft has occurred a lot, right, in the recent years, right? And data from various apps have been compromised. Millions of, I mean, millions of data of millions of users have been compromised and sold for billions of dollars, right? So data is the new oil, I can say. Now let us have a look at the options. What options are given? Till the last century, crude oil was driving the industrial growth. Yes, there was, I mean, what to say, there was almost civil wars due to this crude oil, right? Now, was driving industrial growth and development. Okay, it is very essential, of course, crude oil. But now it seems data is also as precious as crude. Yes, data भी आजकल बहुत precious है crude oil की तरह. Got it? Companies like Google and Facebook are intelligently tapping its potential and earning huge profits. Even government departments exploiting its potential for better public service delivery. Hmm. Okay, so from this small paragraph, I can say that data is very essential, very useful, and also it is being tapped to make huge profits by companies like Google and Facebook. Right? We have already heard in the news a few months back that Mark Zuckerberg was questioned due to due to the fact that many I mean the data of many users had been compromised, right? So data is the new one, right? The inference aptly fits here. The inference is quite apt in this case. And it is being mentioned that government departments are also exploiting the potential of data, right? So this one is correct, absolutely correct. Supreme Court of India made several recommendations which include jurisdiction of processing personal data, setting up an independent regulatory body for enforcing the data protection law and heavy penalties for violating this law, among other clauses. See, what is mentioned in paragraph B? It mentions the various measures for data privacy, right? Data protection law, right? Rules, regulations, like that. So it becomes quite vague. It becomes irrelevant. Not exactly irrelevant, but it becomes quite vague. Data is the new oil. This inference does not go with paragraph B. Now, see what does it say? Even as technology measures anticipate the next move, India's primary IT industry bodies such as NASCOM and Data Security Council of India (DSCI) have been advocating for stringent data privacy and protection for years, especially since India is making rapid inroads into the global digital market. Yes, India is progressing and making inroads, rapid inroads into the global digital market, right? So, more, what to say, more stringent laws need to be uh, need to be enforced, right? And data protection is of utmost importance. So both B and C, these two paragraphs speak of data protection. Okay, they focus mainly on privacy rules, regulations, laws related to data protection. However, as we have seen, option A, hmm, option A talks exactly about the importance of data, right, as a new oil. So it becomes my correct answer. So option B is my correct answer for this question. So I hope you have all understood what I have taught. So we will be meeting in the next session very soon. Fine. Uh, and I'll try to include more inference based questions, right? RCs from CAT. Okay, and those will include main idea, central theme of the passage, tone of the author, right? Because these things are generally asked in mains and it becomes crucial, right, to score good marks in the mains English section. Okay, so that's all folks, thank you, have a good day.